Hello, I'm Good Luck. Today I'm collaborating with Paradox Interactive to bring you the new features of Age of Wonders 4's new expansion, Giant Kings. Today we're going to be talking about the Giant Kings. Giant Kings are the titular unit of the Giant Kings DLC, as well as now being the 5th ruler type in the game. Unlike normal rulers, there are 4 different types of Giant Kings you can choose between, although they do have many similarities that all of them will share, including every single Giant King will start with an item forge. Unlike other rulers, Giant Kings give you powerful empire-wide effects based on the terrain that your cities are on. Storm Giants buff you when you're on rivers or water, Rock Giants buff you when you're on mountains or stalagmite, Fire Giants buff you when you're on lava or lava chasms, and Frost Giants buff you when you're on snow or ice. Now this is a ruler modifier, and of course it stacks with every other kind of modifier in the game. Here we've got an herbalist, which is giving me more income for being an herbalist, being a storm giant, being primal, having expert sailors society trait, and having expert seafarers as an empire affinity. This will make it so people staring at the faction creation screen with complete choice anxiety will spend even more time here trying to make the absolutely perfect faction. Giant King rulers are very customizable with a lot of different aesthetics you can go with. Two-headed ogre giant, or we can go with a very intimidating looking god of forging giant. There are many different choices you can go with. Giants can be every single class in the game, other than of course ranger, because I don't think they make a bow big enough for this guy. Once in game, every single giant has the ability to summon a rune that slowly terraforms the land around the rune into their preferred terrain type. The storm giant has the ability to summon a storm rune, which every turn will terraform one surrounding province within 2 provinces into a river. This allows you to, even early in the game, start terraforming the land into your preferred terrain type, allowing giants to play a very terrain-based gameplay. The rune can be put anywhere and everywhere, so long as you have the ability to. You don't have to put it in your own land, you can put it in opposing land, or you can put it absolutely wherever you want. Now giants don't just only sit back and cast runes on the world map. In combat, their stats are actually fairly good, and every giant has the ability to hit multiple targets with their basic attacks, which already do pretty considerable damage. Giants have 2 different abilities that they can start with. Melee giants will start with a ranged attack, and ranged giants will start with the ability to summon down a weapon. Either of these abilities can be improved through the giant's unique skill tree. All giants can choose to get their ranged attack. What your ranged attack will do changes based on what kind of giant you are. As a storm giant, I can choose to either have a single target nuke with a high chance to stun, or I can choose to have chain lightning that just hits everybody. For signature skills, giants get unique runes, such as the reflecting rune, which will reflect 20% of the damage sustained by melee attacks. And level 16, your signature skill will be a grand rune. These will give powerful army-wide effects, such as the grand brawn rune, which will give your entire army 15% more damage on base attacks and a 90% chance to apply bleeding. Going back to the giant skill tree, the other unique aspect of giants is crafting. They love to craft. Their first point is Disenchanter. Disenchanting grants 35% more binding essence and fragments, allowing them to disenchant all the items they find on the campaign to craft the far superior giant items. As seen here, my storm giant can craft an item that he can give to anybody that gives every normal unit in that army 2 resistance. Quite powerful. You can use the runes of power to craft up some very powerful early game items, not using that many resources. Here, with only a rune of power storm, this hammer's damage goes from 14 all the way to 18 and gets a chance to electrify. If giants accrue lots of crafting resources throughout the game, they can spend more infusion points by putting skill points into their giant skills to craft the strongest items in the entire game. Lastly, to support the giant theme comes a new wonder, the Giant Caller's Altar. This wonder will give 5 Imperium and 30 gold to whoever controls it, as well as an additional 2 Imperium to all adjacent provinces. Imperium's quite a valuable resource, so this will be a very valuable grab. Well everybody, thanks for watching, and the next video is going to be on the shops, faded regions, and landmarks in the Giant Kings expansion, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss it.